The food shortage is coming. What are the world's most important staple foods? Grains, corn, rice, and wheat together make up 51% of the world's caloric intake. Below is a look at these important food staples. Wheat 15%, corn 19.5%. This is from the World Atlas. Now, what compounds the coming massive food shortages are the fact that Ukraine produces a majority of the wheat. Not this year. And farmers who normally produce corn, that's our flyover states, people. Iowa, Indiana, Nebraska. They can't get fertilizer. So how good is that corn gonna grow? Top 10 wheat producing countries in tons of wheat 2020. Look at number 3 and number 8. And then corn production. Folks, I hope you're preparing. This is going to be much, much worse than Pedo Joe is letting you know. Nobody is going to want to tell you how bad this is really going to be, except for me and a few other channels that realize we can't be blowing smoke up your butts. Get out there and get some food. Department of Agriculture reduced estimated wheat exports from both Russia and Ukraine by 7 million tons, or nearly 12% of the pre-invasion projections. Look at that chart, and it won't take a rocket scientist to figure out what's going to happen. Remember now, wheat and corn and soy are the 3 most popular fillers. They are literally in just about every single food you eat except for meat. And then wheat and corn are in a large majority of the grains and nutrients that the meat gets to eat. The drop in Ukraine's grain exports could increase, it will, international food and feed prices by 8 to 22% above current levels, the scumbag UN said, which are already sharply elevated. Remember, I just told you, these are in the grains and feed that beef, pork, chicken eat. Oh, by the way, that bird flu thing that's going on where they're gonna exterminate over 1 million chickens, rumor has it that's fake, phony, and false, just like most of the food recalls in the last year. The government, deep state, is hoarding all these foods. Now, this 1 million chicken extermination is to eliminate eggs and meat chickens so that we can't buy chicken and eggs. This has all been planned, people.
And you may say, well, who really cares? And I get it. But I meant about Iraq. Well, they've never gotten it right. Not saying I don't care about the people. Well, You're saying I don't care about the country.
Such a romantic language.
Yes,
The
yes.
Assyrians and the Babylonian. It was okay for a little bit.
Yeah, until they tried to build a tower. Okay.
Yeah.
So, I know someone's going to be like, oh, technically that's Syria. I don't care about your biblical references and Mesopotamia and
Is it
geographical
Babel?
accuracy.
Is it Babel?
So remember, I don't know if you remember this. Remember the Arab Spring? That was a thing that actually happened, 2011, and that was largely caused, not largely, but it was a contributing factor, food shortages, right? That created unrest. If people can't eat, they fight. Something else that I want to clarify, this is also, this is a more severe version of what we've been talking about for the last few years, where someone might shut down your business and people would say, oh, okay, I'm sorry, we're all in this together. Just rewind human history a couple hundred years.
Yeah.
And really every business, it was just trading so that you could eat. Our entire days were spent, especially when we were nomadic tribes. Let's go back pre-industrial revolution. Let's go back pre-agricultural revolution, before we had really become agrarian. Guess what? Your days were spent trying to eat. And if some form of government or leadership put you in a position where you couldn't eat, it was a mutiny, you killed them. And then you ate them. That's what happened. So scale it back. You can't have people say, we're all in this. Well, how much food do you have to take from someone's mouth? And now we are literally at the point where food will be taken from your mouth. Arab Spring, food unrest was a contributing factor. Now keep in mind, they're palming it, right? Oh, look at the left hand, so you don't know what the right hand's doing. Leftist news outlets like Voices of America or Voice of America. They don't even say voices.
Just one.
They love to say they are the voice of America.
How dare they?
How presumptuous. They blamed the famine on what? Climate change. Russia, they don't just grow crops. They continue to make it possible for us to grow them too. This is probably the biggest component here.
Yeah, it is.
That they are the largest exporter in the world of fertilizer. There's going to be a fertilizer shortage.
That seems important when it.
Hey there, everybody. JT Serenity Farms Prepping here. I could go on all day with the variables that are going to necessarily skyrocket our food prices, because we already know what happens when people get desperate and starving. It'll be riots. They want riots. Then they can introduce their cards, because if you don't have certain things, you ain't eating. You ain't buying, you ain't selling, you ain't trading. Right now, the early estimates are that it's going to cost the average family in America $5,200 over the course of a year in additional expense for food. Over $400 a month for food. Everybody's got an extra $400 a month laying around, don't they? Now, as I have said in the last couple of videos, all the long-term food storage companies, they have to buy their food in bulk. Then they get it, they dehydrate or freeze dry it, they can it, they package it Mylar bags, they ship it to you. Very shortly, they're not going to be able to get food to make long-term food storage. Very soon. Or the prices will skyrocket for that as well. Please check out my sponsor, StorageChef.com. Just look over the packages, see if one's right for you. You don't have to commit. You can get it 1 month, 2 month, 3 month, then just notify them and stop. Start up again when you're ready. The prices are great. The food is delicious. Coupon code SFP15. Get you a 15% discount on top of their already very good prices. Folks, they are manipulating the food supply because everything else they're trying to do is failing, because we see through it all. Well, we see through what they're doing with the food as well. But unfortunately, unlike certain things, we gotta eat. We gotta stay alive so that we can make sure that we see these scumbags tried and fried. Hang in there. Come on. Like, share, subscribe, comment, notification bell. But for now, JT signing on.